All right, recording.
All right. And now, introduction in 3, 2, 1. Hello. Welcome to the Thoughts on Why podcast, where we discuss everything yaoi and why sao, all things boys love in this bitch.
Hey, I'm your host, Jay.
Hey, I'm your host, Slay. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing Why Are You the series. That comes on every Friday, correct? At 12?
Yep, Friday.
O'clock. Okay, this is not going to be one of those podcasts where we're going to be sitting here singing its praises. One, we will never be that kind of podcast with any series. If we like the series, then we like the series. If we don't, we don't. So this is, I guess this is a what is it, fucking warning, trigger warning, sensitivity warning. This podcast is not for those who are avid viewers of Why Are You. These are our own opinions, and again, I will say, as I said before, these do not sway. They do not give you reasons to stop watching the series or change your mind. Your mindset is your mindset. Your mind is your own. No one should be able to sway you. If you agree on some points, that is wonderful. Like we always say, our comments section is open. Our Twitter is open. So our Instagram is open. Follow us there too. Links are down below. But point blank, I do not like the series. I don't like it. I don't get it. I know from what Jay has said that, a lot of people are like, well, I like it because I don't have to think. I personally am a watcher of things that make me think, that stimulate my mind in such a sense. I don't necessarily like nonsensical shows. If it's supposed to be a comedy, then that's just what I want it to be, and this one is trying to pull tropes from everything to drama, comedy, romance, and I don't need to be pulled that way like some weird torture device. I honestly don't. I gave it my 4 episode rule. I watched it 4 episodes. Watched it from the official links, as everyone should do. But it didn't grab me, so now I stopped watching it. Come the spoilers, come what may, I will still watch it out of respect once the show's over, and I would give it the extra views once the show's over. But to keep up with scheduling, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not gonna do that. Hey, what's that sound on your end?
I moved. It's literally just
so remember
my body
that
making
if you
fries.
hear something very strange, she moved.
Right, it's literally just Jessica sat up straight.
And listen, and that's podcast, all right. We're living our lives, man. We make movements.
Right.
But Jay, you speak some words up.
I still watch the show. However, for people that might think this is weird, I watch the show and I do not like the show. I also watch through official links every single time. And I watch the show because my mom likes the show. When I was telling her about it, right before it came out, she's like, oh, that sounds like an interesting concept, a book come to life. So she wanted to watch it. We both agree the first episode was Just terrible. Utterly horrible. And
I can
even my
agree with
mom,
that too.
even my mom was like, "I want to go to sleep, Jessica. Like, when does it get better?" And I was like, "I don't know. This is the first episode. Like, this is not a binge show." Um, so I I have seen people that are also like, it basically has every stereotypical BL trope in it. Um, and it is a lot, and it's also annoying. Because if I wanted to watch another show that had that in it, I would watch the original show. And as much as people would like to say that the acting is great, it's subpar at best. And don't get me wrong, from the first episode to what were we on, episode 6, there's been development. There has. It shouldn't have taken me 6 episodes to get there, though. That's all I'm saying. Because I know you do workshops before you start filming. So why are we developing in the midst of the show? Can't figure that out.
Remember, and mind you, this is acting, not story.
Right.
Acting.
Development. Because the story with 6 episodes, I still don't know what's going on. Have no idea. Like, I understand the events that are happening, how we got there, no clue. None. Absolutely, positively no clue how we got there. This is the fastest and slowest moving show I have ever experienced in my life. It's really weird to watch. Like, if I look down for a couple minutes and look back up, 17,000 things must have happened because we've gotten so far. Like, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. Now, I will say this. I watched the show for 3 reasons. Now, I started watching the show because of Saint. I am a Saint fan. I support Saint because I feel like he's gotten a really raw deal with fans over his career. And I would like to support him because the type of person he shows himself to be, I actually like. It's rather refreshing. He doesn't open his mouth and say stupid shit for no reason. I can respect that. As a public relations major, I respect that. Jimmy, because of Jimmy's interview about not caring if people typecast him in BL and all that wonderful things, that giant toddler of a man is absolutely adorable. And Poppy, because, I mean, it's Poppy. But do I watch the show because I like any of the ships? No. I don't like a single ship. Not one. They're not appealing whatsoever.
Those ships can go and drown in the Blue Lagoon and she wouldn't give 2 shits.
Like, they're really not. Like, Saint is cute. He's a cute little boy. He's a cute little man. I know he's tall-ish, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm still taller. He's a nice little fair-skinned person, and it's adorable. Z has a body on him, and it's great. If he got a little bit tan and I could actually see the definition of it in his muscles, awesome. Poppy is eye candy. Jimmy is a child, so I'm not touching that. Pele knows how I feel about Tommy.
What child?
And
how she feels about Tommy. This ain't even a good thing. This ain't even like, she can't.
I can't look at him.
She can't. She
his
can't look at him as
eyes
Zon.
Are really big.
She can't. Yeah, she can't look at him as Zon. She can't do it. As when he's in his military gear and shit, for some reason he hits different for her. But as Zon, don't even get her started.
That part. Tan Tommy with his fade is hot. Tommy, when he was just a regular kid with that curly hair looking like Revel, was adorable. Tommy in Why Are You? His eyes too big, and I swear he can see me from like 100 yards away in a blizzard while I'm spinning in a tornado. In the dark, he can see me. And I can't look at him because it creeps me out. I have a problem with big eyes. I have a huge problem with people. I have a huge problem with people with big eyes. I really do. But I don't watch I'm one of those people that watch the show because I don't have to think. Like, most of the time, I've watched the show, even though my mom likes it, she doesn't watch it on Fridays. So we watch it on Saturdays. Usually if I am at her salon or something. But I watch it until we meet again so I can just not think. I've thought too much. I don't want to think. I need to bring my brain down. And that's the reason I watch it, other than the fact I have to read it for my mother. And my mom somehow translates that into it's dubbed. It's not dubbed. It's me.
I watched it. I watched it because I'm a reviewer. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, this YouTube channel was a review channel. I would watch an episode. I would review it. I would dissect it. I would give the points, the positives and the negatives. So I started to watch the show because although this is a podcast, this is still a podcast where on Mondays we are still reviewing a show, whether it is just an episode to a whole series, to a series that was before, to a series that is coming. We are still giving our thoughts and opinions on it. So I said, as a podcast called Thoughts on Why, I'm not going to sit there and just because of the trailer, not going to watch it. Because trust me and believe this, it lost me at the trailer.
Okay? I didn't like the trailer either.
I was done with the trailer. Now, just like Jay said, Saint, I enjoyed Saint in Love by Chance. I felt like he had gotten a bad rap in the Fallen Leaf series. I felt like they could have done more with him as an actor. I felt like they could have given him so much dialogue that would have shown so much range if he had it. Okay? Because sometimes that takes years of practice and sometimes it just comes to you just like any other art. So stop thinking that we have to coddle the child because he had a bad rap. Yes, he had a bad rap. But at the end of the day, we're not talking about that bad rap. I'm talking about his acting. I'm talking about him as a professional. And sometimes you got it or you don't. And sometimes you gotta work on it or it falls in your damn crotch, okay? It's just what it is.
And before people get mad at Pele, me and Pele have had this conversation many of times about Saint's acting, and we don't necessarily think it's Saint's fault. We kind of have,
without a shadow of a doubt. I feel like just like a lot of a lot of fans coddle him. I feel like his agency coddles him. I feel like his agency does not want to hurt the poor child's feelings. And for me, as an actor, you gotta break every layer of an actor, and not in a mental like you're nothing if you don't do this, but no, you need to like let the cracks so that this like beautiful mosaic artwork that has layers and depth and complexity comes out of an actor, so that actor can pull out everything when they need to pull it out. For Saint, I feel personally that if they would have given him something more in the Fallen Leaf because of what he was portraying, I assure you he would have been a force to be reckoned with, and we probably would have gotten so much more from Saint in Why Are You. I'm being completely honest with you. We would have gotten 10 times more than what we're seeing now in Why Are You. Okay? Now, when it comes to the series, okay, I don't want to watch a series, and this is just me, Layla. not you, listener, who's super sensitive and has already got a noose, a shovel, and a motherfucking cross. I'm talking about, for me, I don't watch a series because of the love scenes. Those are pluses for me. I need the whole formula to work. I need the story to work. I need the acting to work. I need the chemistry to work. I don't care about the love scenes, bro. If I want to watch two people make out, Pornhub. Or Cornhub, because we're not giving any free promotion. Cornhub. Okay, I would go there. I would go there easily. And I could see the same shit that I see in the fucking series. The difference is that I know those people in Cornhub are not in love. And they do not give me that portrayal of being in love. And being in an LGBTQ relationship that's fighting for their love. Or is free in their love. Or is wanting of that love. But in a series, that's what I want to see. Okay, yeah. And I don't want to dig through the fucking the mud trying to find it. If that's what I have to do, then I don't want to watch it. Okay, right. This is not the first series that I stopped watching because it just didn't work. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you not liking a series, but do not watch a series. And again, it's just some of my own opinion. Because you think the scenes are hot and heavy. Every series is telling you a story, and that story should move you. Every word spoken, every emotion you see should move you. That when you get to scenes like that, it should make you say, why not me? I want that. Here's another thing on my list of a relationship like aspect that I want. You shouldn't be excited because they decided in the previews to just show you the hot and heavy scene.
Because I promise you, there's nothing in any relationship which by the way, there is way too many couples in this show, but there is not a single couple where I'm like, yeah, I want that. Not one. Okay, hold on real quick, because y'all gonna hear shuffling. Jessica is moving. I have bad back.
She's
I
moving.
Have to move.
She's moving. She's moving.
Before Layla yells at me. Okay.
I kill you now!
Because if I don't say anything when we're done with this, I'm gonna get yelled at. But
I don't yell at her. I just type to her in all caps.
She scolds me. She don't even type at me. She scolds me. Like I can hear her. We just stopped recording and she scolds. But
I do it with love.
To the aspect of the show. Now this is the thing. And this is one reason why Lay was not excited for the show. Because we talked about the trailer right before we started the podcast. And P. Lay said she doesn't really know what it was about. And I told her what it was about, and she's like, that was it? I didn't get any of it.
Yeah,
the trailer did not reveal what the synopsis is. And then she went back to see all the promo in, like, go as a highlight reel in her head. And she's like, so why are Z Saint the lead couple? And in my head, I'm like, they're not.
Yeah, I didn't even say why are they the lead couple. I said so Z and Saint. Well, the Z and Saint, their characters are the main couple. Tudor and Fighter are the main couple. She's like, no, it's Zon and Sci-Fi. And I said, no, it's Tudor and Fighter.
And then I had to tell her what the plot was, and she's like, what? So. And
that bothers me. I hope y'all know that bothers me, okay? And listen, again, I am not a saint, an anti-saint. Yeah, like I'm not an anti-saint Santa, or like I'm not somebody that hates Saint, okay?
We actually like him.
Yes, I see promise and possible progress in him, okay? I don't know him. I'm gonna keep saying that I don't know these people. So I'm talking about them again as professionals. Okay, I don't know these people personally. Get it out your head that you know these people, because you don't. Okay?
We only know what we see.
Exactly. What I give you is what the freak I give you. You don't know if after this I'm gonna go and sacrifice a fucking chicken, bro. You don't know. So stop. Okay? Unless you follow this boy everywhere he goes, which is sick, you don't know him. Okay? And the only people who do know him can speak for him. Okay? And guess what? Half the time, just like the people that I know, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna protect that person. So you don't need to know the worst of them either. Because they didn't want to show you that because they knew you weren't going to accept them. Because you just wanted to see the perfection. So again, for this show to use his fame, his attention, the attention he has procured on his own, because it wasn't this show. Okay? Honestly, it wasn't even Love by Chance. It's just because of what he has given to the public. For them to then say, well, you know what? If this is the only way the show's going to be watched, let's keep the attention on him and his partner, is sad and messed up. Because the two leads, this is their first damn role. This is their first time acting in a damn series. And yet you made them the secondary couple. And don't sit there and say that they aren't. Because that's what they look like from the first to the final one that I saw. And that is also why I stopped watching it.
Because let's use common sense here. The plot, let's go over the synopsis. Let's go over the plot. What's his name? Zon hates Sci-Fi. Zon keeps getting weird looks at school. Zon keeps hearing people ship him and Sci-Fi. He asks his friends. His friends are like, you need to talk to your little sis. Little sis says, yeah, I wrote a book. I shipped you. Because you guys kissed. He makes a weird promise. Lightning strikes and the book comes true. So, even if she used other people at the school, she made the book because she saw her own brother kiss a dude. And then the book came to life.
That's what should be the focus. And that is what should be the focus.
You guys can't make it make sense that the book came to life and what she made the very book about is secondary. You can't make it make sense. So, the fact that most of the people that watched the show or were excited for the show before the show even aired and up to the first episode, and some of y'all even now say that Fighter and Tudor are the main couple. How would they be the main couple, sis? Like, it makes no sense. Like, using your own brain to work it out, it makes no sense. So, one, I have a problem with that. Two, I have a problem with the characters. One, I have a real big problem with the sister. You made a whole book using real people. You didn't change their name. You didn't change their description. You didn't ask for permission except for the one kid after your brother already called you out about it.
And that's because the kid was like a fanboy of yours.
Right.
And was like, oh my god, are you gonna write a book about me? Yay. And at the end of the day, you know, like, that shit I don't really care about. I mean, like, that wouldn't have mattered to me. But
in general,
you made
I have a problem with the characters and personality traits in general.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, but like I said, this was a bait. Okay, I'm gonna be real with y'all. This was a bait. They with Tarntai being as big as it is, because it still is, you put them in the show, knowing that people were gonna watch it. If not for Saint, then for them.
Or Boom
Fair
Peak.
enough.
Boom Peak.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say next.
Make It Right was terrible. Everybody calls it terrible, but I mean, the couple themselves, people love that ship.
So of course you're gonna put that in. That's like you putting Chris and Singto in this shit. Your ratings would have been ridiculous.
Through the roof.
Yes. What? So guess what? At the end of the day, you baited people, and you can say, no, they didn't. Yeah, they did. Okay, they baited you, and you probably stood hoping that they were gonna be in more episodes.
Right, and that's another thing. Like, it's not even... It was bait because, one, and people have said this, like, okay, so were they students before the book came true? Where are they now? Was it just this one episode? Like, why has he just noticed them? Why will he never notice them again? There's no reason for that. You're just inserting characters from other books. Which, one, I'm trying to figure out why that isn't copyright infringement. But that's neither here nor there.
Well, no, it's not copyright. Well, I don't know about with the Boom Pink, but I know because, like I told you, like, freaking, Mommy was there, so...
No, I meant in the storyline in general, like when it was first...
Oh, like when it was first written? Because it was fan fiction, because wasn't it on Wattpad? It wasn't...
Yeah, it was.
It was public. Okay, so... Yeah, so once it's fanfic, no, they don't care about that. It's when you start to, like, make serious money.
Well, I mean, at this point, the writer made serious money. Like, they had a huge
at
budget.
this point, at this point, she's also started a relationship with an author, so.
True, but it's also, like, it's a sad excuse, like, even personality-wise, it's a sad excuse for having multifaceted characters. These characters are supposedly complex, but you can't understand why they have these other facets about them. You just automatically see it. Like, Lady didn't watch 6, but I watched 6. Like, Japan. Japan's a goof. He's just this weird buff goof, and then all of a sudden, we see him meowing with a cat. And by the way, why did we have to put the Tarn type meow thing? Like, I'm really tired of it. And how many times are they gonna have this meow in this series? Because we are already at episode 6 and I'm already sick of it. Stop meowing.
Exactly. See, so, like, that's another thing. And, like, okay, yeah, again, my own opinion. This, the book, did the book have Tarn type? Did the book itself have Tarn type?
That's a good question.
In the book, huh?
I said that's a good question.
Because if the book didn't have Tarn type, you were baited. Now, if it did,
why?
And if it had Tarn type, if it had Make It Right, if it had all this, and if in every time I see a picture, every time I see something, y'all don't want me to compare it to shit, but I can compare it continuously to other series. I shouldn't have to. I couldn't compare Tarn type to nothing. Absolutely nothing. Love by Chance, I couldn't compare that to anything. Sodus, nothing. Make It Right, nothing. Thank God. I couldn't compare. Okay, so I shouldn't have to sit here and be able to compare and contrast and be like, well, that looks like this, and that looks like this, and that looks like this. Okay? I shouldn't. So, like I said, this series looks like it's paying homage to all the books that came before it.
It also seems like...
Or that were big and circulated around it.
Right. It also seems like they tried... I don't know who wrote the script, and I don't know if the script is extremely similar to the book. Me and Pile were gonna be like, let's try to read the book, and then we watched the first episode, and we're like, we're not gonna do that. But it seems like they needed help with character development. Like, because I just seriously can't understand how we get from point A to point B in events, and I don't understand how this person even has this personality. Like, I don't. And a lot of the times the characters seem like they're bipolar. Like, I don't get it. Also, this thing about teasing, you can only take teasing so far. At this point, bruh, you're not teasing anybody. Just, like, even if you don't admit you have a crush, why do we still keep going with this Oh, I kissed you because I teased you.
Yeah, that word annoys me. Like that word, and that's just that's just in the story. That's just personal, just episode knickknacks. I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you. I'm teasing
part.
you.
I know with Pele, she's really tired of seeing Saints manager. That's one thing she was.
Why you call me out like that, bro? Why? Because I was gonna say my damn self. I am sick of him making cameos and shit.
Like if you want to be
cameos,
if you want to be in a show, go act. But also like let's get on things that like really bothered us. I think me and Pele, we didn't watch the first episode together. We watched it really close at the same time, and then we had a powwow and talked about it. And my biggest issue was when, and it's not just Saint, it's been a couple other actors, but I noticed it most in the first episode with Saint, is when they're supposedly talking to someone and looking at that person, but I can see your eyes drift away from the person. Like, it looks like you're looking offset. And I don't know if somebody is distracting you or if you're reading your lines. Either way, why was that cut still in there? Like, that was the best cut. That's a problem for me. Like, I shouldn't feel like you're reading your lines. You had time to learn them. Like, cue cards shouldn't be a thing. It just shouldn't at this point.
My question is, what was their desired release time for the series in general? Were they ready? Because what the series is showing me is that they weren't ready. They weren't ready to release the series. That is what this series is showing me. This series is showing me that they were not ready to release it. And for anybody to say they were more than ready, you're a stan, a hard stan, a delusional stan, a delulu. You're a fucking delulu. Because guess what? Guess fucking what? For any show, and this goes for anything, return type, make it right, so it is for anything, for you to be remembered only for the hot scenes, the NC scenes, does not make it a fucking series. At that point, it makes it a porno. And that's on some real shit. Your series shouldn't be remembered for how hot two of your actors kissed in a damn series. And if that is the only reason you're going to continue to watch it because you can't wait for the next hot kiss scene,
you're fetishizing.
Exactly. That's all you are. You just see a fucking fetish in front of you and you like it. Okay? And hey, more power to you. Okay? But just like I can't stop your fucking hustle, don't fucking stop my boo-boo. This show should be more than every kiss that is in it. And this show should be a topic of discussion outside of the kissing.
And I will tell you...
And there are no discussions.
And I will tell you why they weren't prepared. And somebody brought this up once that I saw the other day. And it was... They had... How much was their budget? Because Zone's parents are top actors. Fighter's dad is a top actress. Zone's sister is a top actress. So you guys could pay out their fees, but yet you couldn't find decent subs. You Google translated your whole show. How is that prepared? You didn't think it through. Exactly. And nobody can say nothing because every single international fan every week complains about the subs. The fact they had to get fan subbers to fix episode 5 is ridiculous. Like, that doesn't even make sense that you have official subs, but you had to get fan subbers to fix the official subs online? On actual line TV. So, subs were an afterthought, which made no sense to me. And Pele heard me rant about this the first 3 episodes, because your YouTube channel, when you put up all the videos with all the actors doing reactions on the trailer and whatnot, they had subs. good subs, actually great subs. Why doesn't Line TV have subs that are that good?
Exactly.
So you spent all your budget on actors and I feel like you spent all your budget on supporting actors to try to help out the actors. I like a lot of the actors that I can remember. There is so many that I can't remember. And that's another thing. Why are there so many characters? It's really hard to follow when, okay, I have the two main couples, so I'm going with them, and then all of a sudden you cut to a side couple. And
then another side couple.
Right.
Then another side couple with that side couple.
And then we go back to
side couple.
Right. Then we go back to another main couple. Then we go to the individuals in those main couples' family issues. And I'm just like, I don't understand. But then we have side couples that we're cutting to, and we can obviously see there was supposed to be something that happened before that to get to this scene, but there was no scene before this scene. So I'm lost.
That makes no sense. That, in a nutshell, makes none. Nunya, what's that? A nut. Cool. Doesn't make shit sense. I am sorry, but this show is going to be a show watched for kiss scenes, and that is sad.
And this is another thing. Like, you guys are talking about their acting. But the best scene that's come out so far is the make-out groping scene from Z Saint. And the problem for me is that we're talking about acting. Everybody on my TL every Friday is talking about their acting and how great of an actor they are. I see development, but I don't see the greatness. And the problem is that you guys are talking about their acting, and the director supposedly has pulled out their acting, but the only good scene, the director has said he didn't give them any instructions. He told them, just freaking stop. Like, I don't know what else to tell you because it's not good. Just be you. Oh, that's another thing me and Pele have talked about. I don't know who this director is. I don't know what else he's made. I don't like the direction of the show. I don't think
that's a big one.
And I guess I should say, I don't think it's being directed. Or it's just really crappy directing. You should be able to make your show flow to where it could be understood. The plot is simple, and I think because the plot is so simple, he tried to do too much to make it more complex. It doesn't need to be complex. It's a simple plot. Just make it. Make it well, and you wouldn't have to add all these extra things. Like, you have the budget for it. Let's not lie. He has the budget for it. There is no extra endorsement, sponsor in this show. They do very little product placement. So the budget was there that the show could have been great. From the get-go.
How many episodes are left?
Let me see. Because I don't even know.
I'm curious about that. I want to know how many episodes are left. I want to know why did the Cageers sing. I don't understand this fucking show. I don't get this show. And that's why I don't like this show. And I wanted to like this show. I did.
She did.
Because
she
all
really
the actors in it, like, looks-wise, if we want to go by looks, are fucking great. All the actors have great looks about them. Adorable to spunky to sexy to all this stuff.
We have 6 more episodes.
So what's that total?
12.
12, okay. Okay. If we want to go cinematography,
it's actually go with the cinematography is good.
Is superb. They put more effort in the damn cinematography than they did in the directing. Wow.
It's really sad. The cinematography, great. Sound, great. Lighting, great.
Great.
Locations, great. Whoever the scout was, I really want to clap for them. Like, everything was on par.
Snap for you, Coco.
Hell,
Ooh,
the stylist, because all the clothes look great. Whether they're in the uniforms or whether they're in supposedly their own clothes, it's great. The directing doesn't even feel like a college student film. It really doesn't. I might be spoiled because I live, in Hollywood, and there's movies and students, make films and they get a lot of recognition. This don't feel like it could make it. Like, if this was submitted to a student film festival, it wouldn't get in. The acting.
I think if they did things the way that they do them out here, and if like a row of people, let's say from Line TV, sat down, honestly, without any corruption or anything, just sat down and watched it, they would have not played this show.
And I feel like the deal was made before the show was made.
Oh yeah.
Which is rather sad because Line TV has great shows. But I mean, everybody gets one off. So the living you learn. But
pretty much.
In all honesty, I'm gonna keep watching the show because I have to. I have to read it from my mother. Will binge it maybe when it finishes.
No, I will because I've already watched 4, so I have to at this point. So like I said, I want to give an honest review of every episode, but I'm not gonna sit and watch it every Friday.
Right. And I'm
gonna watch together the series every Friday. That's the series on Friday. That's the series agenda. And if you're like, oh my god, it's not even subbed yet, I'll be like, that's why you learn Thai, so that at least you can understand most of it, and then you go back and you confirm. That's one, how you learn Thai.
Right.
And 2, how you can enjoy a show without the subtitles. You learn the language.
Or if you're like Jessica and you're busy and you already actually have like 3 other languages you're learning currently, just wait. Like, the first episode, it took 2 days. This episode, it took 1 day. Like, get over it. I mean, if you're in BL and you watch GMMTV does that with everybody. Every single show.
Go.
Just get over it. But either way, if you are a fan of BL or even non-BL and you watch GMMTV, they just don't give you subs the first day. They really don't care about international fans like that. Get over it. Wait or don't wait. Nobody cares. Learn Thai, don't learn Thai. Again, nobody cares. But I know another point Pile wanted to touch on is all you people that are fans, and this is hard air quotes, bruh. Hard air quotes, that are not watching official links but watch from YouTube and then want more content, but you're not giving the official links the views that creates the profit so they can make more content. Please shut up. Go jump off a cliff. Because you're not a real fan.
Why are you... Episode 6. 400,062 views on YouTube. With English subs. That should be on the Line TV official page. It was also posted twice, mind you, with again 297 thousand views. You have episode 1 at one point from another YouTube channel, 244,000 views. You have 83,000 views for episode 2. And let me explain something to you. For it to be English subs is ridiculous.
Because they didn't change the English subs. They did not resub it.
Exactly. It's not that it's in Japanese, not that it's in Chinese, because guess what? If it's in those languages, listen, you're not subbing it in other languages, okay? You're not subbing it in German or French or something. But let me explain something to the people who make shows. There's a way for you to have added revenue by literally commissioning these people to put it on their YouTube channels. Explain to them that the rights, that means every view that they get and every time that they put a ad on their thing, all of that, so the Google AdSense goes to you, but you are going to give them a cut. You are also giving them the privilege of watching the series before we'd all do. I tell you, people will jump at the net to know that before we get to watch the series, they get to watch the series. You put them under a contract. That means that they cannot divulge the series beforehand. It's called an NDA. It's that simple. But the English subs part, I don't fucking get. The English subs part, for me, these are people, not the people who subbed it. For me, the people who subbed it, I don't know what your angle is. But the people who watch it, I felt like you are hate watching because you are from a certain branch where you hate certain people in the show, and so you decided to hate watch and said, I'm gonna give the view to this person instead of giving it to the actual people who actually made the series, who need to make the actual money.
But I can still talk about it on Twitter like I watched it.
Exactly. And go, oh my god, it's such a great show. Sometimes I feel like a lot of the people who are watching it and saying that are lying and they're condescending. They're not watching it because they like it. They hate watching it. They're despising it. They despise it. And like I said, it's so unfair. Like, just because I don't like it, there are fans that love this show, and it is not fair to them, to those viewers, that they are possibly not going to get a second season because of this. They're not going to get a second season or for whatever the case may be. Like, this is not the only series that this happened to. Darntai, by the crick of his neck, was able to get a second season, and that's because a big brand was like, "Ooh, I like this, and I want to see what happens next," and gave the money. But then at the same time, you don't know if Line TV is gonna be like, "Listen, you're not even pulling the views on our site, so why should we allow you to stream again on our site?" How do you get a second season if they don't have anywhere to stream at?
Right.
These things are unfair to them. So it doesn't matter who doesn't like the show, who does like the show. At the end of the day, fans love this show, and fans shouldn't have to suffer because you think you're being a hero by putting the English subs on YouTube. Because you're not. You're not a hero. Why? Because people are saying, well, I can't find the links. If anything, at that point, that should be maybe 2,000 people that cannot find the links because they don't have Twitter or what have you. I would say 9,000 at the most.
And I get that you can't get Line TV in every country, but because technically Line TV is not in America. Like, if I downloaded the Line TV app, it won't work here. But if you click the link, it will work.
It works.
And I get
exactly. Even if you need to wait a little bit, it's still going to work. But that's what I'm saying. There's no excuse for when it comes to English subs. Every other country I get. America, I do not understand. If you're saying, well, I don't have Twitter, then
get Twitter.
No, not that. Not only
You
that,
could ask
but
somebody
also
to send it to you.
that, and also the Why Are You production team, whatever the case may be. Then you need to put the links on YouTube so they can click them there. Because now, if they say they weren't able to access the links at all, then now you know they're buttfuck lying.
Right.
Because they were.
Or you could literally make, because a lot of people be like, well, I only use Facebook. Do you know how big Facebook is for BL? You're full of shit. Or I only use Instagram. Like, you could literally just have the actors put the links on their Instagram.
Exactly. There's no excuse. But at the end of the day, because we're not gonna, because this is a moot point, and I think I want to actually get into it more with a podcast on its own. I think I want to dissect it more on its own on a podcast. But to fucking stop, okay? You're lucky that these production companies don't go out to YouTube and call YouTube and go on this rampage of knocking your channels completely out.
Right.
Where you don't have a channel at all.
Or suing you.
You're lucky they don't put that much effort into it. But just knocking your channel out, bruh. You put so much effort into doing whatever you were doing and now your whole channel's gone. That would suck even more. So, at the end of the day, I don't like Why Are You? I give good luck to the production team and the actors, and I hope that by the time this is all over, said and done, no, you are not going to prove me wrong, but I hope that there is still an accolade of some sort from this series. I hope this series is not one that is spoken of as a one-time watch. I hope people will say, well, personally to me, I can watch it again. I enjoyed it. I hope that I can give it a review worthy of it being subpar.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, I do not at this current moment like the show. But there is promise for it to improve and be okay.
And it's definitely...
Do you want to add anything before we close out?
And I also don't want you guys to think we're hating any of the actors. We don't know them. We're not anti-fans. We don't know these people. Would we like more from them? Yes. Do I see, because I watch it still, do I see that they're developing? Yes. And I wish all the best for every single actor, especially the new ones who this is their first series. This is their first time acting. I really hope that this is a stepping stone for all of them to continue on. And I really hope that nobody bashes them for ships, non-ships, ghost ships. And even though we have critiqued their acting, we're not bashing them. We really hope that they succeed and that their dreams come true and that they progress. So that's really all I have to add to it.
Okay, so it's about that time to break forth the rhythm around. I'm kidding. Okay, listen. It's time for us to go. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on our socials. Comments are open. Give us your thoughts. We will see you on Monday. Damn, Monday. No. We're going to see you on Friday. For another podcast. So if you like us, if you like hearing us, then come back for more thoughts on why.
This has been Jay.
And this has been Lay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.